Hello, everyone. So, just going to jump right into it. We're going to do a Reincarnation 7 run. I've been playing a lot with a friend on Elite. He's kind of new, so we're playing on Elite. And in order to give back some challenge, I've been using Foundry only runs. And I've found that the tiger and the rabbit are probably the tiger's probably the worst character overall in my opinion, even though he's my favorite character. But these two sort of give you options when using the Foundry. You know, he enhances a single shot, which mitigates the weak damage on the Foundry. She's just obscene and has some broken remnants. The cat, I think, could do it. He's got some okay stuff, but I didn't have much luck when I did it. And I think a lot of his broken remnants wouldn't help the Foundry. The bird, I'm not actually familiar with his remnants that much. I think that whatever it is, oppressive tyrant or oppressor or something, might be good with a Foundry. And the dog has one-man army. When not dual wielding, you get a bunch of bonuses, which I think would be good. But his ascensions are... There's a lot of stuff in here that is just useless. Like, all of the dual wield stuff is useless to you. Explosive grenades, I don't think are going to carry a run. Just because of, you know... it's just not going to do it. So I think the dog and the bird I don't think they're really built for Foundry runs, because again, nothing in here is particularly helpful for the Foundry. You don't want to be close to enemies in Reincarnation 7, so you're not getting flat damage for the Foundry. I think honestly only a scaling cleave build would save the bird, but then I don't know what you do against bosses, right? So yeah, I don't even know. However, I know the rabbit can carry a Foundry only run on Reincarnation 5, which is pretty good. So I'm going to start with the rabbit. Maybe I'll give the tiger a go at some point, but we're going to start on the rabbit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in the interests of my sanity, I'm going to re-roll or quit and restart until we get a particular remnant. Which, that's my one concession to this run, my one cheesy sort of... Yeah, here we go. Deal an additional 10% of an enemy's current HP as true damage, up to 5,000 true damage upon hitting an enemy with a flying sword. So basically, it just turns our flying swords into something that does true damage, and obviously if we fire a lot of flying swords, we can get some good use out of that. Now, this is cheesy, so, you know... if you think it invalidates the run, fair enough. You know, my next goal after, you know, completing this run, which to be clear, I haven't ever done before, is going to be to try and do it with just a fresh run. No cheese, no starting with Ice Blade. But I think given how hard this run is, it's fair enough to start with something. Now we're going to ditch this for the money. And off we go. So hitting Fatal Bloom is going to be important, and using our ult is going to be important. I did just try and record one of these runs, but whoa, these guys are quite sketchy. The ability of them to they do one single very large hit of damage, and it's a problem. But you can see there how much... okay, so this is a +1, so we can take this, and now our Foundry is +1. So that's an upgrade for us. And that's basically the goal of this. That was very sketchy. I shouldn't have been that aggressive. Basically, the goal of this run is going to be get a weapon to the craftsman and upgrade it endlessly to try and keep our Foundry scaled as much as humanly possible. It's going to be difficult. I don't Like, weapons don't scale enough, honestly. I was leaving that one guy alive until the end because when you kill an enemy, it instantly starts your shield regenning. So it was in the event that someone hit me down low, like hit my shields down, that would be a single shot at you know, getting my shields back and saving me from the damage. Now, unfortunately, these are both useless for what we're trying to do ultimately. We are never going to actually cast swords out. I mean, we are now, like right at the start of the run. But eventually, we want to just be using Fatal Bloom to summon swords, not actually casting the ability. So, Warlock Blade's okay with what we're trying to do. It'll speed up the when we consume 10 ammo, it'll speed up the Foundry. That's 9, I think, which is okay. But it's not ideal. The key to this run is going to be this one. After marking an enemy with Fatal Bloom, summon flying swords that are equal to 100% of the current Blade Heart stacks. So mark them and summon a bunch of swords. Each sword then homes in on a random marked enemy. So basically, all this means is once we cast our secondary, we summon a bunch of swords equal to 3 currently. Now it would be 4. And each one of those swords does 10% damage as true damage. So that's how we're going to try and, cheese the run effectively. But we'll see. The rabbit, I feel like, shouldn't have backed into an explosive there, but that's fine. The rabbit, I feel like, is one of the better characters to do this because her inherent, so the talents that are exclusive to her, somewhat benefit this. So, shield recharge after killing an enemy is just a good defensive talent. That's just flat good. Mag cap and reload speed both affect the Foundry, which, is nice to have. This restores Fatal Bloom charges, which we're going to try and spam. Movement speed in general is huge for any run, but especially on Reincarnation. And this is not as important. This is just, whatever. It's just a little bit of extra damage to our ult. But predominantly the fact that we've got 12 shots instead of 9 and the fact that our rate of fire is slightly improved, those are nice. What I may have to start doing is just using this ult on every enemy because it's... Damn, I thought that was about to run out just before I ran. But... Okay, that's level 1, so there's no reason to swap. The old spawn in around the corner. The old stand on the fire trap and take no damage. Scumbag. I like to detonate all the explosives that I can see before entering a room. There's a portal in here too, so we might need to duck out through that portal. Yeah, he was tanky as hell. Dropped down there because I heard I saw the fire mouth open and I didn't want to go back up the stairs. Whoops, nearly got speared. Quick dodge to the right saved me there. Not good. Just backing away from those guys is fairly good. They're not rocking a hard place. Got a grenade to my left and that guy shooting me on the right. Yeah. Getting hit by shit like that, like little small sight lines where they can catch you is that's going to be the shit to avoid. That's the run that I just tried to record and failed miserably was one of those ones. So again, we've got something that's not great for us, something that will be good but only later, and we might need to take this now just for the defense. This would be good. We eventually want something like this, just extra sword damage, whether or not it's this or just a flat upgrade to the sword damage. But I think I'll take this now. I typically, when I play, I underrate defensive stuff. I see the glow of a chest. Interesting. We don't have any scrolls yet, do we? As a general rule, I would say shield and armor is better. There are definitely instances where I'm just trying to think if she's got anything that benefits HP or shields in particular. I don't think she does. But as much as it would be nice to have the extra 8, I think shield and armor is better. Being knocked down to 35 so early, though, is a bit of an issue, but that's the way it's going to be. These guys are not good. But yeah, you saw there that you know, I got hit by him, you know, quite low, and because I one-shot the beetle, I immediately got my health back. Jesus. Well, you can see how easy it is to die in basically, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a bug or not, but this disappeared when we offered our HP at, or maybe it's just a one-shot protection when you've got full HP. But I think you're supposed to retain it until you, until it's actually used. Like it's not just to stop you going from 100 to 0. Like it should stop you going from 50 to 0 once. But in any case, when we offered, well, we'll soon find out, I guess, if I'm just an idiot, or if yeah, there's something weird about offering HP to occult scrolls, because it took that buff, and yeah, meant that we just got instantly gibbed there. A part of it is also that I tend to like dance in front of enemies. I go left and right a lot, which is not the way. You probably should just, if you're going to the right, continue going to the right. That's a lot of enemies. What a fucked room. Not cool. Okay, HP full scroll is okay. Nothing particularly flash, but this guy's immortal, so we're just going to back away. Really? So, assuming that guy didn't one-shot me, which I don't think he did, I guess that buff is just to prevent being one-shot. Because, yeah. I didn't actually know that. You would think I would have worked that out by now, but I thought that was a buff that you just, to mitigate some of the horror of reincarnation difficulties that it, oof. Lightless is huge. And this is also quite huge. Those are great. It's a tremendous shame that that I gave away a resurrection so early, because those scrolls can seriously mitigate the chances of dying. There we go. I was just trying to dance around there because I was trying to get the shielded crossbowman to do his big shot. Recover 1% max HP, shielded armor whenever. Yeah, we're never going to kill an enemy affected by an elemental effect on this character, so that's unfortunate. Let's get rid of those. Alrighty, and the room begins. The horror show begins. Just had to turn around to make sure I wasn't about to back into a trap. I do that quite a lot. Yeah, letting those, I actually think it makes them one of the safer enemies because the spearmen are basically 100% predictable, I guess. Like if you let them start their attack, you know basically that you're good to go. Like you're good to move because you know exactly where they're going to go. This is level 2, so we can drop this, and now our weapon has been upgraded once again, and we can now start spending to upgrade it further. Excellent. Oh, whew. And this is the ascension that we need, desperately need. So now, any scroll that helps us generate secondary abilities, these flowers, is huge. So that's 3 levels. Fuck, we're already so low on money. But yeah, you'll see now as we summon swords, it does quite a chunk of damage. And it also scales. This room is not going to be pleasant though. This is potentially the spearman boss, which would be really bad. Yep. But don't get fucking stuck. The spearman boss, unlike the spearman enemies, is horrible. But you can see how much damage. Like, obviously, this boss can be hard to kill. On come on. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say give me a level 3, but I did just upgrade, didn't I? That boss can be hard on any run, and so you can see the sort of damage that we get when we use our ult now. It's quite impressive. Against the flow is incredibly good with the Foundry. It just basically whenever you hit the enemy, you every second you get 15% of your mag because there's no downside. So that's decent. Fill the mag instantly after a dash is probably objectively better, but you do want to keep in mind that you need to be saving your dash for when you need it. So it's not just the case that you can always dash, you know, when you run out of ammo. And Lucky Shot would be great. I would love to take that. I want to drop this. Eventually I want to trade that to something because that's not necessarily the greatest for us. Good against bosses, maybe. But this early on, I think, because we're going to deal, you know, Lucky Shot 1 every 5 shots, it's just not worth. So I think I might just take this and... will we shift more than... It's hard to say. Because I'm just wondering, you know, if you shift multiple times a fight, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know, it comes back quick enough that it might actually just be better. We'll take it. I've spent a lot of time taking against the flow, and so at the very least this will give us some sort of information on whether or not this was a good idea or not. Oh god, I dashed into that. Thank you, Lightless. Lightless is basically just gonna carry this run now. Obviously, it's still gonna be fucked, but yeah, Lightless will make a massive difference. Probably best defensive scroll in the game, easily. Please, please. Everyone can see it. You're embarrassing me, Foundry. Excuse me. Yeah, that attack is scary. That is a serious danger. That's actually, funnily enough, that's what killed my previous run. You see, every time we step through a room, we start getting these like tankier and tankier enemies, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty rough. Where are you going, dude? Just die. Just go. Holy, where did you come from? Very rude. That's the other thing that we're going to get an advantage from is when we cast this ability, we initially, you know, in the case now, it's 3 stacks, 4 stacks. So we, you know, summon a bunch of swords every time we use Fatal Bloom, and those initial hits count towards our additional hits for the actual skill. Kind of worried about that. God, the damage. The damage that this guy is. Oh my god, they don't care. Just swing at me, damn it. Thank you. Okay. We've completed the room. Nice. Alrighty. Money for... With Lightless, I'm less scared of doing this. Well, especially that there was a bun in this room. But normally, I would... That would be something I'd really need to consider. Alrighty, another elite room. Yeah, we don't even one-shot beetles with this thing. It's disgusting. The other thing to be aware of is... Fire your thing. Thank you. Is when we... This room actually might be a problem for us, because the beetle boss summons a lot of adds, and I'm obviously having massive trouble killing many enemies, and I can't yet spam my Fatal Bloom as much as I kind of want to. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I guess the play is try and accrue enough Fatal Blooms to kill the boss. See that that one gave us extra Fatal Blooms, like a restored one. Yeah, you can see here against bosses, it's not too bad. Let's just kill it. Because you deal true damage, you know, against normal enemies, true damage, like because of their HP pool, isn't that much better than just shooting with the Foundry or, you know, using a charge of Fatal Bloom. But against elites and bosses, although actually I don't know how susceptible bosses are to it, they may take reduced damage. But against for sure against elites, it's quite relevant. This is quite bad. These are not good for us. I don't want to be taking any curses without banishing Talisman. So Evil Devouring Sword is not great. We're not going to be hitting enemies under K, so it's going to have to be this one. This again, we may just trade this away for something. This room is the room that took my life last time, so fingers crossed. I'm just generating some stacks here because again, those stacks help us with our Fatal Bloom. Any second now. And they said it was a tedious video. You can see when we've got like the full stacks, it's That's much better. Holy shit. Again, thank fuck for lightless. Seeing a also, why does the spear thrower? They throw a spear, I get that. Why does it spin? Like, sure, that's not how spears work, right? Like, am I missing a particular type of spear here? Like, well known for its circular flight pattern? Surely not. Pygmy. The old jump into... The amount of damage I've jumped into so far is... Nope. The aim has just gone out the window. Alright, we need to go kill that big boy. Okay, dead. Fuck, he's tanky. Oh my god, there's another one. Uh-oh. Okay, he's dead. Shit, there's one behind me. Yeah, constantly staring at the radar, like, as you go, is super useful. Just anytime an enemy ends up behind you, it's super bad. It's gonna be the cause of many lost runs. Like for me, it has been, which is why I spend so much time glued to the radar. Alrighty, no cursed chests in here by the looks, which is a little bit of a shame. We've got nothing that's gonna out level our scorching rounds. Alright, what do we got? Reduce enemy movement speed and damage dealt. This is quite good, but unfortunately I think this is even better. So every flying sword summon increased weapon damage and skill damage by 1.5 for 8 seconds. Now, this is for every sword summon, and obviously, you know, in one cast of Fatal Bloom we summon 6. In 2 we summon 12. So, and each subsequent charge benefits from this skill damage. So I think this is definitely the way to go to start with. I believe we're at the boss though, which is a bit of a problem because I'm not as strong as I would have liked. We're just gonna have to hope that the weapon damage is dealt twice. I can't remember if this is good. The real question is, deal an additional 10% upon hitting an enemy with a flying sword. Would it make it deal twice that? I think we have to take it. I don't see it as exclusively being bad. Oops. That was a very unfortunate misclick. I wanted to come in here and click the flower. Let's just assume that the reroll wouldn't have been for anything good. Yeah, that's a very unfortunate misclick. And we need to upgrade this. And so we're out of money, so we're going to have to hope that, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it'd be really nice if Fish or Bear Claw, you know, multiplied the damage in the way that I'm hoping it does, but I don't suspect it will. Already out of things. This is why I wanted to buy one of the flowers, but the embarrassment of accidentally buying a bow that I don't want was just too much to bear for me to continue purchasing. When we get him very close to dead, we can just fire our ult, and that was very bad. Shouldn't have dodged early there. I have this terrible habit against this guy of dodging early. like I'm about to do. There we go. Lightless is carrying currently. Okay, there's the charges. Okay. Got there at the end. I'm playing in a very lazy way because I've got Lightless, which I really shouldn't be doing. But when dealing weapon damage to an enemy, there's a 10% chance. So this is okay, not great. That said, summoning flying swords benefits us in a lot of different ways. Like it gives us stacks of increased skill damage. It has a chance to deal true. It will deal true damage. This is probably the best. Fatal Bloom damage isn't that important as just casting the bloom itself. So we're going to go with that one. We'll trash that. Penetration Bullet is amazing. Okay, amazing might be overselling it. It's very good. I'm just going to get some more stacks if possible of what I need. I love that at the really high reincarnations, like you actually, it matters that these things drop, ammo and secondary skill charges. Like so many games, consumables give you, like breakables give you stuff. And there's absolutely no reason to do it. It's just like some, weird function of the game that never matters. And the fact that it does eventually matter is really good. And a secondary skill use every 5 seconds. I think that's pretty important to us. The gold would also be good, but Foundry is not going to be the ultimate source of our damage. It's just there to help. And debuffs is also good, but I think given how important it's going to be for us to have this stuff going, it's, yeah. Yeah, you saw that one summoned a sword there. And unfortunately, because of the way this true damage thing works, we still have to eventually deal some damage, just because, like our damage won't just outright kill an enemy because it's a percentage of their HP. That's diminishing, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. This guy is a serious problem. Like, I'm actually going to... See, using our ult ever is really bad because it chews up the charges that our secondary would eventually use. But against enemies like that rush me down, I have no choice. Again, Penetration Bullet there was doing some good work. Penetration Bullet was getting through its HP there, even though it still had armor left. And you can see now, like every now and again, we summon one of those swords, and because it does true damage, it's even though it's only 10%, it's actually quite handy. Alrighty. Whoa, hey! Let's not blow that one up too close, which I did. Alright, so we want to go that way. Is there actually nothing in this room? No portals, no chests, no happiness? Well. Well. Oh, sorry. Alrighty. Yeah, okay. Holy shit, he moves quick. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, defensive. Meet true damage. So we're in a great spot for this run. The only thing I could hope for is that I hadn't given away a life as early as I did. Because... And especially because we didn't get the option to buy another one. That's... Where is he shooting from? That's terrifying. Hearing these guys shooting and not knowing where they are. So yeah, obviously we've got some great damage working out. It's only gonna get better as we pick up more and more ascensions. And Lightless Shield is a tremendous defensive asset. Uh-oh. I waited till those guys got close so that to use that, not because I thought the damage was good, but because it stuns them for a second. Okay, yeah. So again, had to use our ult charge there, but that's fine. It's better than dying. You'll notice also that because of one of the... God, I wish these balls would animate properly. Like, what's the point of having the little textured pattern on them when like it bears no relevance to how they roll? Very aggravating. Anyway, well, there's Evil Banishing Talisman. Flesh and Bones. I mean, anti-synergy with this. And this. Yeah, it's probably not good, is it? And with my inherent ability. Yeah, fuck those balls. I'm not a fan. Now. What are they doing? Was that after re-rolling? It wasn't. So yeah, I'm going to leave that one. Didn't get anything anyway, so that's fine. And I do like to keep some money as reserve, which unfortunately we don't. Normally, what you would hope for, especially in one of these Foundry runs, is you want a way to fix... Devil's Covenant is the creme de la creme. But you want a way to fix your economy very early on, like getting some sort of scroll that helps you with generating more gold. Because, yeah, you can see now, if I move on now, I'm missing out on 2 upgrades for this thing that I otherwise could afford, you know, could buy and use. Obviously, I can come back here if I get some more gold, but it's, you know, it's not ideal. You want to be way more comfy on money than I currently am. Hopefully this curse chest and that portal result in something nice. I don't really like... I'm considering jumping in this portal because this guy's kind of scaring me. Face me! You ninny! Sorry. Couldn't help it. Did I see a big boy spawn? I did. Okay. It's kind of like worth any cost, basically, to put those guys down. Just, you know, as annoying as it is to spam out a full, you know, 8 charges when I, you know, obviously I need them for killing other enemies as well. Penetration bullet, thank you. That's not great. Elite Coyote. This is the one I'm least familiar with fighting, honestly. Holy shit! Lightless is at 0. That's bad. Wonder if this guy can one-shot me. Alright, got through it. That's fine. It's actually good. Getting an elite is really, because of the way we're set up and what we're trying to do. Like, 1, we deal true damage, and 2, we need to get as strong as humanly possible, as early as humanly possible. It's actually not so bad for us to get an elite if we can kill it. Alrighty. So debuff the enemies. Fatal Bloom base damage again. Not that important for us. If any of the levels resulted us getting more charges of it or something, maybe it would be good, but yeah, currently not. And I don't think this counts towards what we're doing, because you know you can see when I summon, when I like use my Fatal Current, I don't Fatal Bloom. It's not summoning. Have I been called? Hang on a minute. It is Fatal Bloom. Interesting. Because the Tiger has an ult called Fatal Current. And I was like, hang on, have I been calling this Fatal because I'm used to playing the Tiger? Anyway. Yeah, the snacks here aren't working the way we want them to. So I think the only one to take is this one. Which is kind of a shame. Reducing the enemy movement speed is pretty big though. Like one of the best qualities of the cat is the fact that his grenades slow enemies down. So, you know, we'll see. Now this is the final room, so I'm just gonna get some stuff here, check the curse chest, do this portal, and then hopefully we'll have enough money. We need 12, so we not far off. Now we're curse immune, so we can take this. Elemental damage for each. So we might just sell that. If it gets me the extra levels I'm looking for, all the better, you know. You know, these guys don't seem much slower. I'm gonna, like, okay, 30% is not as much as I thought it was, I guess. But yeah, feeling like I'm sitting pretty now with Lightless. Getting that was next level lucky. Like that's the most just amazing thing that this run could have had happen. Better than where is he? This guy is scaring me. Don't. Look at him. Look at him. He's thinking about shooting. He's thinking about it. He's like, do I want to ruin Reese's day or do I just want to like let him chill? And like ultimately he couldn't decide, and you know, we capitalized on that. But had he decided to just, you know, fuck my shit up, it would have really sucked. Penetration bullet again. Okay. It's also probably the case that I could probably spam this a little bit more than I currently am. I'm sort of trading on the fact that when I was, you know, when I was playing, a bit before, I didn't have that many charges and I was running out, right? And because basically, if you're strong enough, you can spam it a bit more just by the fact that, you know, you'll kill enemies and so you'll get the charges back. You know, even though we don't really have much of a way to generate it. Obviously, we get one every 5 seconds because of our remnant, but so just trying to like play around cover as well. You'll see that even when I was moving up there, I was trying to be as much behind cover as possible, just because it only takes one mistake with these enemies, and like they will fuck your shit up. That attack is honestly fine as long as you're strafing. You're good. It's the as long as you're strafing, you don't get stuck on terrain. It's the other one that's really scary. I would love for these guys to be dead though, while I'm trying to fight, you know, bad bitches. Ah! I thought I was around him, and I got... Okay, he just shot the wrong fucking way. Very not good. I've just used up my lightless charges. This is how you lose runs, people. Is trying to dodge a little bit too closely to Dark-Faced Bandits, getting booped into the air, and landing in front of shotgunners. That's how it all ends. It's weird that these guys aren't doing the attack that they're, you know, known for. Fucking, he's tanky. Jesus. I know it's just a Foundry run. I know it's just a Foundry run. I know I can't aim. Sorry, piglet. Okay. Room done. Bit sketchy. Shouldn't have Like, getting hit down there has turned off our bluff, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll get it back soon enough. We did get enough gold to upgrade our Scheisse without having to sell scrolls just yet, so that's nice. I don't know. See, here's the thing. We've got more shields than we do health, so that's good for this. And we've got a lot of things that work on bringing our shields back. So obviously this just protects us regardless, so forget that. But we've got our shield, and then when it breaks, we get another 40% shield. And our hero has this shield-based ability. So I kind of... normally, I'm not a fan of this. But I think in this instance, it might actually be good. I didn't even check the other scrolls. Wow, I'm not playing well. I should not be doing this. I should not be doing Reincarnation 7 run when I'm not on the ball. Alright. Alright, we'll get the upgrades. Can't fuck that up. Alright. I'm happy that we've gotten as far as we have, though. This is incredibly encouraging to me with the viability of this run. Like, I was under the impression that it might actually just, like, be borderline impossible for me to do, you know, Reincarnation 7 with Foundry only. But... Jesus. Yeah, they don't like it. Someone's clanging around at my front door. Certainly hope my housemates are expecting guests. We're getting robbed, boys. Oops. I think it's my housemate's girlfriend. Yeah, but incredibly encouraging for the viability of this run. It's it definitely you can really feel the difference between this and the Reincarnation run I did, Reincarnation 5 with the Rabbit also, which was basically the same build. It was an Ice Blade, you know, Ice Blade setup followed by basically the same thought process as what we're doing now. So very similar scrolls and things. Jesus, look at that. I mean, I suppose, considering I'm using the Foundry, I should probably be grateful I'm doing any damage at all, being that it's Reincarnation 7, but, you know, I was just checking this wall. There's often portals there. We got Special Pedro, or Spoopy Pedro, as we call him. But yeah, so, looks like the run is doable. This is horrific. Ugh, very not good. What does it even do? I thought the base one is 150. I'm going to take it just to find out. Maybe it doesn't increase my mag cap, does it? No? Guess not. I'm pretty sure the base variant says 150. Not sure. That's very unfortunate, though. Both of the enhanced scrolls we've been offered are just not viable for this run. They just do nothing. And there's obviously no option to reroll there, which is, you know, not the way I would choose to design a game, but, you know. Not to complain, of course. I think the rest of the game is stellar. And it only came in a patch ago, I guess. Is there a fucking giant bird on my left? Yeah. I'm like about to attack this guy and I'm like, is this a mistake? Let's see what's in here. This is an elite. Okay, so I think elites are probably better for us than rooms at this point. If you know what I mean. Just like better than the standard rooms. You must die very quickly, please. Whoa, 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 whoa. decay lizards, not cool. It's eternally disturbing to me that in this game, corrosive is like, there's corrosive, decay, and when enemies have it, it's called venomous. Like, can you not just standardize the term, please? Make it a little bit simpler to remember. All right, here we go. He is giving much less of a fuck than I was hoping he would. Keep strafing. I was like, am I gonna run out of wall by the time this shot goes off, or... This guy wants hugs, and he wants them now. We're also out of Fatal Bloom, which is a serious issue. Ow. Ow. Getting hit by decay is a serious problem because it chews up our lightless. Okay. Back to what we were doing. Just opening boxes. But, you know, keeping in mind, this guy is pretty freaking tanky, you know. Are there any more boxes? Yeah, he's a tanky boy, so like... I forget that we generate these every 5 seconds. Yeah, once we're through the armor, it's nice. We're good. Okay, and we're back to full health, which is great. Definitely not as much money as I would like. Now, let's read all of the scrolls. Ooh. This means we can spam it just infinitely. That's important. That's useless. This is vaguely useful, but this I think is great. Because you'll notice when I cast this at an enemy and we summon swords, we do get max HP, max shields, and where is it? For every flying sword summoned, increase max shields by 2 for 6 seconds and recover 2 shield. So we're actually generating a lot of shields on top of what we're doing. So the damage inflicted by this potentially won't really hurt us. Actually, I'm just going to do a quick test here. If this takes lightless, we have problems. It does take lightless. An oversight on my part. Not sure whether or not we should keep that now that we know that. Just gonna let myself get some... I'm not spamming Peach Blossom that hard. And again, once we're out of lightless and we start taking health, it's not a problem. It's just that it's removing lightless, which is obviously we do want to have. But yeah, you'll see we're at like 145 shields, 133, like it drops back after 6 seconds, 145. Actually, this is how we can tell how many swords we're summoning. Puddles, man, puddles. Bane of my existence. Holy hell, he's still alive. He doesn't give a fuck. Please die. Please die. Thank you. It's so disheartening not being able to like, oh, there's an enemy far away. Grab the sniper, shoot him, and then swap. Like that, I do that a lot in normal runs. Like there'll be an enemy across the room, and you know, even if you're not using snipers, you just pick it up just for that quick second, just to help you out of trouble. Or get you out of trouble, I should say. And to not be able to do that is upsetting. But yeah, this shouldn't be too... Oh, there goes lightless. And that's the other, I suppose, good thing is when I'm out of lightless, there's literally no reason not to spam this, like as much as I want. Although, actually, you know, I say that. I should be careful because it might be the case that it does more damage than we generate at this point. Maybe I need another Ascension before we counteract it. But we'll work that out as we go. So we're on 121. 121. I need a single stack of this. 121 takes us to 133. 121 to 133. Trying to do maths while playing is not great. That's 12, right? So we're summoning 6. Because, yeah, we get 2 shields per sword. So that means we're summoning 6, which is exactly what we thought. We've got 6 stacks and we summon 6. But of course, if we fired our ult, we would summon 6, 12, 18 stacks. So unfortunately, doing what we're doing isn't as efficient with regards to how many... Well, not efficient, but isn't as powerful, I guess, in regards to how many swords we summon. But 100% I will give up a scroll. We've got plenty that aren't great. This one is doing currently nothing. Like, literally nothing. So that's pretty bad. Do we have anything that's detrimental? This is fairly useless. This is not great, but it's not bad. Elemental damage for each nearby enemy with an elemental effect. That could apply if we ever get one of the AoE scrolls, so that's fine. So yeah, it looks like this one, Enhanced Ammo Belt. Hand that over. And of course, it's an enhanced scroll, but we don't get an enhanced scroll back, which is unfair. But, you know, that's the way of things. God, it's ridiculous that, like, you know, having done this in Reincarnation 5, I know how oppressively strong this true damage stuff is. Like, to be able to, you know, just constantly summon a hail of swords that deal true damage. And just to see how much trouble we still have in Reincarnation 7. Like, Reincarnation 7 is no joke. Like... It's also a testament to the bloody rabbit that this run has even gotten off the ground. Like, I have trouble doing like non-Foundry only runs with the other heroes. Like, rabbit is strong. Nothing in here. You do occasionally see a portal on this wall. I just thought I'd check, but looks like we're good. Your boy can't aim, it seems. That was very sketchy. Wow. You saw that damage, right? That was this. 18, I think. Because otherwise, I can't imagine where all our damage is coming from. Blocked? You. It's also, it is nice to have, I'm not a massive fan of the debuff one. Ooh, that could have been bad. Maybe it's just that armor values are much more obscene than I realize. Because once the armor's gone, we actually deal quite a lot of damage with everything we do, like, to the enemy. Like, that's quite a lot of damage. So maybe that's all it is. God. No, I'd love to be able to say that I've done this and then never have to do it again. Nah, I actually find it, like, quite satisfying. You know, it, like, forces you to really play well. Which, if I'm being honest, I can't really say I've done yet. But, you know. It's yeah, it's definitely good. The Foundry is these days it's my favorite weapon, just because, like, you know, it lets you say that you're the most swaggerlicious because you're doing Foundry only runs like a boss. Excellent. Okay, so every stack increases our weapon damage and skill damage by 8. That's quite nice. This is AoE stuff, which isn't super crucial for us. It's okay, but I feel like this is much more, and it removes itself from the pool, gives us a higher chance of getting the stuff we need. And this is Foundry improvement, which is not as important for us. So we're gonna go with this one. All right. Second to last. All right. Keeping in mind, we have no life. If it all goes wrong, we have no reincarnation. Or revival. Sorry, fuck. There's so many key terms in this game. So if it all goes wrong, it's all over. Where is he going? 6, 12, 18. So we're short on money for this upgrade. We need another 400. God, he doesn't care, does he? I need money. He's like, I'm resistive. Yeah, but I need cash. But I'm resistive. I've also got this crazy accent. I have no idea where I'm from. Right. Let's get up top. Yes, I see you. Yes. Just don't aim at me, and we'll be fine. I was gonna say, and we'll be friends, and we'll be fine. Both are true, but. Four, 3, 2. Why couldn't I move forward there? 2, still 2. Nope. Peek around a corner and there's a laser beam just in your grill. Not good. Not good. Soon as you see these guys, just immediately being ready to dodge to the side is crucially important. They will fuck you up. They do a lot of damage. I love the targetability of this her secondary skill as well. It's just so easy to place where you need it. And the fact that it works like an airburst sort of thing is really nice. Healing? Please no. I mean, for me, yes, but please no. But yeah, you can definitely see now how excuse me, how I seem to have the plague. You can very much see now how this character can sort of carry a run under her own steam, if you know what I mean. It doesn't require weapons. Her skills are enough. It's still not easy. We're still, we've got a whole nother, because in I'm pretty sure in the reincarnation difficulties, the damage, or the health and the damage the enemies do goes up based on what biome you're in, what stage. So the enemies will go up another level before we're done. Now, if we were going to drop scrolls, we'd drop these two. Excuse me. Let's get rid of these. We might get a level out of it. 520. We'll be able to get that on the next room, and we can come back. Because I think obviously it's not a lot of damage, but and obviously all of our damage is in other places predominantly. But it's every little bit I think is it's I think it's going to be important. I'm not sure though. It might be the case that we would be better saving all our money for other things. Holy hell, he's still alive. Thank you. Yeah, it might be better to just save all your money for scrolls. Jesus, where are these guys coming from? But I kind of think at the same time we're also not going to find enough scrolls to account for all our money. So maybe the correct answer is, you know, buy as many upgrades as you can afford, but don't drop scrolls to do it. Maybe that's... I tried to slip through that little gap and got stuck again. The amount of shit you get stuck on in this game is just... It's really disgusting. Like, it shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't die in a... Oh, God. We might be dead. We might be dead. We got hit by decay? What? Why did we get slowed there? Gonna hang here and wait for lightless, I think. Yeah, something slowed us down there. I would have thought decay, but... Yeah, very strange. Oh, yeah, it might have been the decay from that explosion around that guy's head. This is so sketchy because I need to get into the back to get the snipers, but... Holy shit! I never... Okay, we're gonna use one of them. Yeah. So had to use a charge that hurt us and would have taken lightless, but I think we were out of lightless at the time anyway. Getting there, sort of. Yeah, this guy, corrosive aggressive. So he must deal corrosive damage as well. Rather, I thought the corrosive enemies just summoned those orbs, but I guess he does corrosive damage, and that hit me and slowed me down. You know, the other thing is we also deal damage through armor. So perhaps it is good to upgrade our weapon as much as humanly possible. Okay, we can afford that extra level, so I'm just going to quickly dash back there and get it. It's going to be truly crushing when this run dies. Not if! When? Hey, buddy. Level 14. 14 by near the end of the desert. It's pretty good. We're definitely going to have to save up a bit of money, though, for this next bit, because when we go through the next... like when we go on to the next... Like, through the next portal, we're going to be at the peddlers. And so we're going to definitely want some money to spend on scrolls if we find some. So, yeah. Did I... was there another one that was bad if I am desperate? Probably this one. But for now we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Whoops. Just keeping an eye on that radar. Making sure that enemies aren't sneaking up on me. Man. Basically, we're just so desperate for ascensions right now, and ascensions that scale with what we're doing. Like, we got some early on, but the last couple haven't really been that helpful. So, yeah, that's what I'm really hanging out for. Good. Sniper's dead. I don't know why, but snipers feel like the biggest threat to me in this game. Like, maybe it's because they have multi-hits, whereas a lot of other enemies that get close to you... I mean, well, that said, these guys are actually kind of terrifying as fuck. Oh, God, I'm stuck on something. Having something to juke these enemies around as well is really important. Like, planning, like, when they get close to me, where I'm gonna, like, loop around is a big deal. In this case, I didn't plan very well, because I don't want to be looping towards enemies, but... yeah. That's something I've only just recently started doing because I like those enemies always give me trouble, and so I started like thinking of ways that I could maybe deal with that. And yeah, as they approach you, having something that you can loop around and then just run to the back of the stage is super helpful. It's something that yeah, because like cheesing them around, like I was gonna say cover, but like objects or cover or whatever. Like just as a way to fight them is good, but as a way to just sort of keep on the move, it's even better, I think. Need you to die. Just keeping an eye on the radar. I'm waiting for something to pop up over here. It's woof. Because you can sort of feel like, you know, I think if you've had any experience with reincarnation difficulties, you even if you're not super familiar with Reincarnation 7, like you can sort of tell how much damage they're taking, and you can sort of feel like, you know, if you were using guns, you can see how they're strong, but you could definitely get to a point where you're just like, you know, everyone's had that run where you are crushingly strong. And so this is another reason why it would have been good to hang on to a bit more money. We don't want shot related stuff, I don't think. Primary skill or dash resetting a cooldown. See, I don't know if this cooldown, because this says when you use your primary skill or dash, I would assume that there are other cooldowns that it resets, because otherwise you would think it would just say, you know, when you use your dash, reset your alt cooldown. So I'm assuming it applies to other things, but I don't know if it applies to Lightless, because Lightless doesn't really go on a cooldown, does it? It would be nice to take just to find out. I think we also can't afford to just keep re-rolling this one because we don't have a lot of money at the moment. But if this let's try and find something out. Let's use these until we lose a charge of Lightless and then just start dashing. We got a 33% chance, and okay. Now we're out of Lightlesses. If we go to 2 instead of 3, we'll know. So it can reset our dash cooldown for sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like it can reset Lightless. Alright, well that's good to know at least. And it's good to know that it can reset itself. Like a dash can reset a dash, and an alt can reset an alt. Not super helpful, of course, but but it's good to know. And it also means that we can potentially sell that scroll if needs be. This is pretty good. This is a big damage increase. This is also a big damage increase. So I don't know what's bigger. So Flying Sword has a 40% chance to deal double damage, and there's an additional 20% chance to deal 3 times damage when hitting enemies when marked by fatal blow. So we're always going to be hitting that. So there's always a 40% chance to deal double damage and a 20% chance to deal 3 times damage. However, this is a flat 20% increase to all the damage that the enemies take. Which is a lot, right? Like, that's a lot. Like, and that's on every sword, guaranteed. Whereas this is a 40% chance to deal double damage. This is a 100% chance to deal 20% damage. So 40% chance to deal 100 damage, 100%. Or 100% damage to deal 20. I feel like this is probably better. But it's also, I don't know how this 20% damage increase affects the true damage. Because the true damage is already a percentage, so it probably doesn't change it. But I always take this one, so I'm going to take this one. And you know, maybe this is a mistake, but I think both are going to be decent damage increases for us. So we'll see. Ooh, a vault. Alright, this is a scary as fuck elite room. This is not cool. Nice. It's not as much damage as I would have hoped. It's just making sure I was going up the ramp rather than getting stuck. Oh, jeez. Gonna make sure I get a charge of lightless back before I kill the last enemy here. And it would also be wise to stall out long enough to get a heap of charges on my grenade. Also, I have recently learned that it's not very good to loop the boss on this area, because when if you do this and he comes up the ramp, when you drop off here, he kind of ends up quite close to you, whereas if you loop him up this ramp and then drop off, you have an easier sort of job of avoiding him. Okay, I want to be there to apply this as soon as possible. Oh dear. It's also very important to hit him with these from somewhere that's not within his range. Unlike this, and I got scared, and so I backed up the ramp that I just said was the bad ramp. Holy shit. I thought he was going to come up the ramp. Basically, what I want to do is go up the, like, wait for him to come near me so that I can... so that I can go and get those other enemies. Like that. Now I want to get up this ramp. Wow, he's quick. He's quicker than he looks. He's spry for a big fella. Okay. Okay. Yeah, scary dude. Scary dude. So a bit of AoE. It's awesome that he drops an ascension for us. That's really big. Probably flying sword base damage here. This does nothing for us because we don't cast our ult. And this is a little bit of AoE. So yeah, flying sword base damage. Don't need that. This is okay. This will mean that we stay at max HP more often, which keeps our this thing going, bluff. Other than that, it's not great. Does it give it damage reduction? No, just HP. Okay, what do we got? Dash skill has 3 charges. That's pretty big. Triple comeback is also quite huge. And probably not lifesaver. Yeah, I feel like with lightless, triple comeback is much, much better. That said, it does reduce our max shields by quite a lot. If we had Spirit Feline, this would be an instant take. But I think triple comeback's still good here. Because basically, in a normal situation, so we now have we now have 3 lives. We have this life, well, so 2 on triple comeback and 1 just, as our last life. But, oh, that's right. I was like, are we at the boss? And we are at the boss. Oh, the Griffin, no. Griffin's here to ruin our day. Oh, no. The Griffin is particularly bad for us. Now, if I have 600, so I don't have enough to buy 2 upgrades for my weapon anyway. So, lightning damage to enemies. I mean, might as well take it, right? Yeah, the fact that this guy does multi-hits, like, in a super easy way for him. Like, he basically applies a lot of multi-hits all over the place. It's, yeah, this is not good. This is very bad. But we will see. Oh, not close enough. Need to get that to fly into a thing. The fact that he's not attacking is lovely. If we could keep that up, I'd be super happy. Whoa. He just, like, looked like he was going to fly, and then he didn't. There he goes. Oh, and whoops. Walked into the ground one. That's not great. Spam the shit out of this. 0 lightless shields right now. That's very bad. Okay, made it out of that without taking any extra damage. Okay, lightless is back. That's great. Okay, that's dead. We've got plenty of these again. Oops. 0 lightless once again. Looking for a puddle. That hurts. That hurts. Except it didn't hit me, but that's fine. I'd love a bit more movement speed. But, oh god. Don't look back. 1, 2. It's got one more charge at the top there under the health bar. You can see how long he's going to be in the tornado. Good. Just trying to manage all these tornadoes is the real problem. The fact that he summons them when he moves. One charge of lightless. Oh, there it goes. He's close. Crap. Yeah, so whenever he does this, you need to lure him over his sand traps. So 1, 2. We're going to take a hit. There. 3. And 4. Oh, got some lightless. That's good. Fucked that up. That's bad. Don't have the range. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, nice. Sketchy. Very sketchy. Skittish tombs. Very skittish. Anyone who gets that reference, 50 points. Because that's a fantastic movie. Anyone who disagrees, negative 50 points. Okay. Ascension. Alrighty. This is tough. Because of lightless, this is much less good. And this is just double the damage, you know? Or plus 200%, so. Yeah. Yeah, I think we take the damage. We are finding as we're doing this that the damage is it's definitely tapering off. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. What do we get? Secondary skill deals double damage. Doesn't really matter for us. This is too late in the run. I mean, I guess this is it. See, again, like, it's kind of bullshit to me that there's no reroll function here. And if I wanted, I could, like I did to start this run, I could save now and quit and reload this room and just keep trying to get new ones. But I feel bad enough starting the run with Ice Blade. I feel like it's sort of cheating as it is. So to do that on the next two is, you know, I'd feel pretty bad. But at the same time, you know, I've got a lot of essences, and to be able to re-roll these at the cost of essences seems like a really fair sort of trade. And yeah. Right, how are we doing for damage here? Yeah, this is it's not great. There's a portal over there. Take that in a mo. Keep it in the back of our mind as an out in the event that this fight gets too hairy. Ooh. Yeah, I would hate to know how rough this run gets. You know, without this giant source of true damage, like it must be frighteningly bad. It's so weird that like our Foundry pierces shields and does direct HP damage, but if we want to use our strong thing, we have to go through the shields. Like we have to use that, and that you know, the damage we deal there is shield related. Oh. Like, I am terrified of the final boss. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, the damage that we deal is not great. We need to scale the number of our swords more than anything. That's the key to us dealing sufficient damage, because we're dealing percentage of true damage on each sword. Like you can see, that's a defensive elite. Well, he's defensive robust. I don't actually know what all the different affixes mean, but I'm sure defensive and robust is having something to do with the fact that he's unkillable right now. Well, not unkillable, but tanky as fuck. Although, that being said, this fight's nearly done, so I would like to get the... Oh, there's no chest on this room? Okay, never mind. Let's go through this portal. Also didn't get a chance to buy ourselves another revive, which I really... Whoa. Is this where the run ends? So it's not with the extra chance scroll we've got, whatever that's called. Triple comeback. You can see that little glow he does? Mad scary. But yeah, you see what I mean now about how quickly our damage dropped off as soon as we went through that, like went from stage 2 to stage 3. Like, yeah, big fucking drop off. Really, I guess it's just the fact that we deal normal damage and we're trying to get through shields. Like, as soon as we're through the shields and the armor, like, we actually deal respectable damage. But, yeah, trying to get through it... Ow, I just took a bloody corrosive ball to the face. And I'll take balls to the face, I swear. I'll do it. But corrosive? That's just going too far. That's just unreasonable. Alright. Kappa. Alright, we are out of lightless at the moment, which is a problem. We also don't have as many rolls as I would like. I don't know what happens when I get close to this guy, but the answer is probably don't do that. Yeah. This... Oh, shit. I'm an idiot. I got stuck. I tried to back out of the door, not realizing that the door is obviously shut. Yeah, I think this might be where we die. But you just don't have the damage to get through these enemies. And he keeps summoning adds. Alright, that's one. Oh god, and there's an enemy up there. Yeah, you can see how little damage we're doing now. Well, this is definitely going to be a learning experience, though, for the ultimate plans for my Reincarnation 7 run. Oh, damn. Well, it was a decent run. So, what did we learn? What did we learn? We learned we gave a life away super early, and that was a massive error. We learned that Lightless carried hard. We know that we really need to scale the number of swords we summon. That's super important. We know we didn't actually get that many good scrolls. And we know that the Foundry, like even in the previous reincarnations, the Foundry has been useful, provided you level it as much as you can. In this one, I really reckon you just got to focus only on skills. Like it's almost better to make sure you keep 1,000 gold minimum just so that you can afford scrolls and stuff. That said, it's a tough one. Yeah. Tough. Possibly as well the ascension that I took was maybe a mistake when I took where is it? Hero Ascension. I took this one. Enemies marked by Fatal Bloom take 20% extra damage, when I could have taken this one. Flying Sword has a 40% chance to deal double damage, and there's an additional 20% chance to deal 3 times damage. Perhaps that was the answer instead. Not sure. Next time I do a Reincarnation 7, I'll definitely take that and see how it goes. Yeah, it seems like the enemy, the main problem is that you're facing the damage reduction that you get when you deal normal damage against a shield. Because once we were through the shields, honestly, it was fine. Like, any enemy that we could eventually get through the shield, like, our HP damage was exactly where I'd like it to be. Like, we had scaling that we want, like, so this is the one we were keen for, base stack +1. And, with a couple of those, summoning a couple extra swords each time we do this thing, we would have been perfect, I would have been super happy with that damage. But trying to get through the shields and the armor was really a problem. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's any way around that without a gun. Like this, obviously, we could have gotten better ascensions, and scaled into this stuff. Like, I could have taken this, I could have taken this, I could have been offered, some slightly more useful ones here and there. Multiple stacks of this is huge. This is actually probably the main one. So when I said this is an extra stack, that's good. But this, you start by summoning 6 for 6 stacks. The second level gives you 12 for 6 stacks. So, and the third level is 12, 13, 14, 15? 15 per 6. So, yeah. Honestly, this, now that I think about it, because I think I had max stacks of this in the Reincarnation 5 run, and that was oppressively strong. Like, that basically didn't struggle at all on Reincarnation 5. And it was probably because of this, with the true damage multiplied, by, instead of, because even at the end there, we were only summoning 6 swords each time, and this has the potential to summon 15 on its own. So you can sort of see that, yeah, I think it was the lack of this, maybe, in hindsight, in thinking about it. some, yeah, trying to get the reroll Ascension Remnant in the desert offering might be a another thing to consider. Again, I'm you know, it's pushing my tolerances to be able to start this run with you know, with cheesing it to get to the remnant that I'm after. And so yeah, it would be asking a lot for me to then go and cheese every single one. At the same time though, like I really feel like there should be a reroll option there. Because, like, you know, and the fact that, you know, there's no reason not to just quit and reload, like, I don't know, at the same time, I'm almost like they left the, like, you know, the exploit is readily available. Like, I might as well fucking use it, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me whether or not it's scumbaggy or not. But yeah, anyway, if you're still here, I hope you liked the video. It's been something I've been planning on doing for a long time, and I hope the next one can be a success. So, yeah, thank you. Enjoy.